All right, it is week 3 of high school football season. In our game of the week, the Train Track Classic, we're talking about Whitehaven versus Fairley. It was a big one. Whitehaven coming off of a big win last week. Fairley coming off of a close loss. Let's get right to it and show you what we saw. The whole neighborhood was out for this one. It was a defensive battle early on. Honestly, this one could have been called the Dust Bowl because the grass was so dry. Take a look at all the dust it kicks up the moment the guys hit the ground. It was tough out there. Fairley struggling early, and especially on offense here. They fumble the snap. It goes about 50 yards back before Fairley finally recovers it. That made it out 2nd and 62 when they got the ball back. Needless to say, they did not score on that possession. Whitehaven defense stepping up. They were playing big in the first half, pitching a shutout in the first half. But it was actually Fairley making some plays offensively that made it seem like they were going to finally get some offense going. But eventually, Whitehaven's defense would shut down their drives, just like on this drive right here. This long bomb, Wade ends up with the pick. He doesn't get anywhere with it, but he still gets the pick, Whitehaven ball. Whitehaven's offense eventually picks up throughout the course of the game. In fact, Chris Talley had a huge game. He started the game with a 70-yard touchdown, and then he found the end zone again on this run. Guy had more than 200 yards rushing. He had 4 touchdowns on the night. Whitehaven takes a 12-0 lead into the halftime. There's the touchdown by Mr. Talley. Final score in this one, we're talking about Whitehaven getting the win over Fairley 25-6 in that game. All right, let's head to Tom Nick Stadium. Los Angeles Lynx back at it after dropping the first game of the week of the season. The opponent tonight, Christian Brothers Purple Wave, and they were ready to go. Christian Brothers, by the way, scored 105 points already in their first 2 games, so you expected a lot of offense. You would be wrong. There were some good highlights, but not a lot of touchdowns early in this one. A nice snag there by Trey Burst, moves the chains. Purple Wave getting to the red zone several times in the first quarter, but they struggle because the Lynx there to stop them almost every time. When you hear the final score of this one, you're going to know exactly how little offense was actually played or got done in this one. A lot, I guess you could say, it's a defensive battle. Los Angeles having their moments on offensive well. Cooper with a snag, good run after the catch, moves the chains, but again, same outcome, no touchdown. Eventually, somebody does get on the board, and eventually somebody does win. Final score in this one, you're going to have Los Angeles winning 8-7. Like I said, not a lot of offense in this one over Christian Brothers. That holds Christian Brothers to a season total of the season low on points so far. All right, let's go out to Arlington. They were hosting Hamilton tonight. Tigers trying to start 3-0 for the first time in a long time. Second quarter, they're heating up. Carry-on Foster here with the strong run. He goes about 24 yards before they finally bring the man down. He goes all the way to the 2. They end up punching that one in with a tush push, making it 7-0 Arlington. A few minutes later, Rod Lucas decides he'll keep it himself. This is a big quarterback. Dude is a good-sized dude. 12 yards untouched into the end zone, 14-0. Tigers are up. Then just before the half, Lucas finds Luke Turner, who does the rest, about 10 yards, gets into the end zone, 21-0. Arlington defense pitches a shutout. Final score in this one, Arlington gets the win 48-0 over Hamilton. They are 3-0 to start the season. How about Germantown? Let's head on over to see how the Red Devils were doing. They were hosting Sheffield. First quarter, Jordan Shelton, we all know he's pretty good. He finds Mick Gorey, and Mick Gorey's pretty good as well. Once he catches it, he's just gone. 38 yards for the score on this one, and nobody even around him. 8-0 Germantown at that point. A little bit later, Germantown defense gets in on the action. Sheffield fumbling the snap there, and that means that the defense pounces on him in the end zone. That's a safety, 10-0. The ensuing punt after the safety, well, things just get a little bit worse. KVS Record takes that punt and goes 50 yards for the score. That makes it 16-0. It just got worse. Germantown in this one, take a look at the final score. They win 65-0. Oh, my goodness, those are Madden scores. Yikes. Pepper said yikes. That's a wrap for our high school coverage for now. But when we come back, we're going to get you ready for a day full of college football right after this quick break. What was it, Pepper? Yikes.